quiet village nestled between rolling hills, lived a young boy named Liam. From a tender age, Liam had shown a remarkable passion for painting. His eyes would light up at the sight of vibrant colors, and his heart would dance as he dipped his brush into paint. Liam's parents, however, were practical folks. They believed in stable professions that could guarantee a steady income. They encouraged Liam to pursue more conventional paths, like becoming a doctor or an engineer. But no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't quench Liam's burning desire to create art. One day, an artist passing through the village noticed Liam's talent. She saw the raw passion in his eyes and the magic in his strokes. The artist shared stories of her own struggles and successes, and she told Liam, "Follow your heart. For passion is the compass that guides you to your true purpose." Emboldened by the artist's words, Liam made a decision. He set out on a journey to the city, seeking a mentor who could help him refine his skills. He faced numerous challenges along the way, but his passion served as a guiding light. In the city, Liam met Master Henrik, a reclusive painter known for his breathtaking landscapes. Liam pleaded to become his apprentice. Master Henrik saw the same fire in Liam's eyes that once burned in his own youth. He agreed to take Liam under his wing. Under Master Henrik's tutelage, Liam's skills flourished. Days turned into nights as Liam immersed himself in the world of art. He painted sunsets that seemed to whisper secrets to the world and forests that beckoned with every stroke. As time passed, a grand art exhibition was announced in the city. Artists from near and far would showcase their masterpieces. Master Henrik encouraged Liam to participate, seeing the potential in his works. Liam's heart raced as he stood before his paintings at the exhibition. Visitors marveled at his art, each stroke telling a story of passion, determination, and growth. One particular painting caught the eye of a renowned art critic. He declared it a masterpiece, praising Liam's unique style and deep emotions. Word spread like wildfire, and Liam's paintings began to sell. His passion had ignited a spark in others, connecting them to his art on a profound level. With each painting sold, Liam's dreams and his message about the power of passion reached farther and wider. Back in his village, Liam's parents saw the fruits of their son's unwavering pursuit. They realized that true success isn't merely measured in monetary gains, but in the impact one has on others. Liam's journey had proven that passion was not merely a fleeting feeling, but a force capable of changing lives. He had followed his heart and created a life that was a masterpiece in its own right. And so, the village that once questioned his choices now looked up to him as an example of the magic that happens when passion meets purpose. In a peaceful village surrounded by lush forests and flowing rivers, lived a young boy named Raj. Raj was known throughout the village for his honesty and integrity. He believed that telling the truth and doing what was right were the keys to a meaningful life. One day, as Raj was walking by the river, he spotted a glimmer in the water. He bent down and saw a shiny golden coin resting at the river's edge. Raj's eyes widened with amazement, but his heart was conflicted. He knew that someone might have lost it and would be desperately searching for it. Raj decided to inquire around the village to find out if anyone had lost a golden coin. As he asked, he noticed villagers exchanging curious glances. Finally, an elderly woman named Mrs. Kapoor stepped forward, her eyes brimming with tears. She explained that the coin was a family heirloom, a symbol of her late husband's hard work and dedication. Mrs. Kapoor's gratitude knew no bounds. She embraced Raj, tears of relief streaming down her face. Raj's act of honesty had not only returned a valuable possession, but had also restored faith in the village's sense of community. Word of Raj's integrity spread far and wide. His reputation grew, and people sought his advice and guidance. One day, a merchant named Mr. Singh visited the village. He was impressed by Raj's values and offered him a job in the city managing his store. The merchant believed that Raj's honesty would elevate the store's reputation. With a heavy heart, Raj bid farewell to his village and family, embarking on a new journey in the bustling city. He worked diligently in the store, ensuring fairness in every transaction and treating every customer with respect. The store flourished under Raj's watchful eye, and Mr. Singh was grateful for having him. One day, a wealthy customer came into the store to purchase an expensive piece of jewelry. She handed Raj a bag of coins to pay for the item. As Raj counted the coins, he realized that the customer had accidentally given him too much money. His heart raced, torn between the temptation of keeping the extra coins and the unwavering principles he had lived by. Raj called the customer back and returned the extra coins. The customer was taken aback by his honesty and thanked him profusely. Word of Raj's actions spread, and the store's reputation soared. People traveled from neighboring towns to shop at Mr. Singh's store, knowing that they would be treated fairly and honestly. As time went on, Raj's honesty not only brought success to the store but also inspired others around him. He started teaching classes on integrity and ethics, sharing his experiences and guiding young minds to embrace the values that had shaped his life. Back in his village, Raj's family and friends heard tales of his accomplishments. They were proud of the young boy who had grown into a beacon of honesty and integrity. The village became a hub for those seeking to learn about these virtues, and Raj's legacy continued to grow. In the end, Raj realized that the golden coin he had found by the river had taught him a lesson far greater than its value. It had shown him that honesty and integrity were worth more than any treasure, and that by living by these principles, he had not only enriched his own life but had also left an indelible mark on the lives of those around him.
In the heart of a cozy town, where laughter echoed through the streets and children played freely, lived a bright-eyed girl named Lily. Her smile was like a ray of sunshine that warmed the hearts of everyone she met. She had a boundless curiosity and an adventurous spirit that led her to explore every nook and cranny of the town. One sunny afternoon, as Lily played near the old oak tree that stood at the edge of the town square, a mysterious mist began to roll in. The mist was thick and enchanting, swirling around Lily's feet. When the mist cleared, Lily found herself in a place she had never seen before. The colors were muted, the sky was overcast, and the once familiar town seemed strange and distant. Lily wandered through the unfamiliar landscape, her heart heavy with confusion. She met a kindly old man who explained that she was in a parallel world, a place where lost things and forgotten memories resided. He told her that she needed to find her way back home, but it wouldn't be easy. Lily was determined to return to her family, her friends, and the warmth of her town. Meanwhile, back in the real world, Lily's disappearance had sent shockwaves through the town. Her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Matthews, were devastated. The townspeople rallied together to search for Lily, their faces etched with worry and determination. Flyers were plastered on walls, and search parties scoured every corner of the town. As days turned into weeks, hope began to wane. The townspeople were weary, but they refused to give up. They held candlelight vigils, prayed, and clung to the belief that Lily would be found safe and sound. In the parallel world, Lily encountered a group of children who had also ended up there. They were surrounded by objects and memories that had been lost in the real world. Together, they formed a bond and shared stories of their lives. Through their conversations, Lily realized that their shared experiences could hold the key to finding her way home. Lily's determination and her ability to connect with others led her to uncover a series of clues hidden within the memories of the parallel world. Each clue was a piece of the puzzle that would guide her back to her town. Along the way, she learned valuable lessons about empathy, friendship, and the importance of cherishing the moments that often went unnoticed. Back in the real world, Mr. and Mrs. Matthews refused to lose hope. They discovered that Lily's disappearance had brought the townspeople closer together. Neighbors who had once been strangers now supported each other, and friendships blossomed in the midst of adversity. One day, as Lily followed the final clue, she found herself standing before the old oak tree in the parallel world once again. The mist returned, swirling around her as she closed her eyes and wished with all her might to return home. When Lily opened her eyes, she was greeted by the warm sun and the familiar sights of her town. The mist had vanished, and she was surrounded by the people who had tirelessly searched for her. Tears of joy flowed freely as Lily reunited with her family, her friends, and the entire town. The experience had changed Lily and the town forever. The parallel world had taught Lily the importance of appreciating the present moment and the impact of a smile on others. The townspeople had learned the strength that unity and compassion could bring in the face of adversity. Maya had a unique gift. She could hear the voices of nature. She could distinguish the rustle of leaves from the song of a bird, and she believed that the world around her held hidden wisdom waiting to be heard. Maya's ability to listen extended beyond nature. She had a patient ear for everyone she met, lending an empathetic heart to those who sought her advice. People from far and wide would come to her, sharing their troubles and finding solace in her understanding. One day, an elderly traveler named Old Man Owen arrived in the village. He had a reputation for being grumpy and irritable, and villagers often avoided him. But Maya, true to her nature, approached him with a warm smile. "Welcome to our village," she said kindly. "If you need a listening ear or someone to talk to, I'm here." Old Man Owen was taken aback by Maya's offer. He had grown accustomed to people ignoring him or treating him with indifference. Her simple act of kindness touched a chord deep within him. As the days passed, Old Man Owen found himself drawing to Maya's presence. He began to share stories of his youth, his dreams, and his regrets. Maya listened with genuine interest, never interrupting or passing judgment. Her ability to truly hear his words made him feel valued, something he hadn't experienced in years. One evening, Old Man Owen shared a secret he had kept locked away for decades. He confessed to an incident from his past that had haunted him. He had unintentionally caused harm to someone, and guilt had gnawed at him ever since. Maya listened intently, her heart going out to him. Instead of condemning him, she encouraged him to seek forgiveness and make amends. Old Man Owen was moved by Maya's wisdom and her unwavering belief in the power of healing through open communication. With Maya's support, Old Man Owen reached out to the person he had wronged so many years ago. He admitted his mistake, expressed his remorse, and asked for forgiveness. The person, surprised by the sincerity in Old Man Owen's voice, forgave him. And a burden that had weighed heavily on his heart for decades was finally lifted. News of this transformation spread through the village. Old Man Owen's demeanor softened, and he became a beloved figure, sharing his experiences and lessons learned with anyone willing to listen. Maya's gift of listening had not only impacted him, but had also taught the village the value of truly hearing one another. In the heart of the village, there stood an ancient grove of trees. Legend had it that these trees held the accumulated wisdom of generations. Inspired by Maya's example, villagers began to visit the grove, hoping to learn from the trees' whispered secrets. Maya's reputation as a listener grew, and she continued to use her gift to bridge gaps and heal hearts. She taught the village that listening was not merely hearing words, but understanding the emotions and stories behind them.
In the bustling town of Willowbrook, where cobblestone streets wound through charming buildings, lived a young girl named Emma. Emma was unlike any other child in town. She possessed an enigmatic mind that had an uncanny ability to decipher puzzles and solve mysteries. From a young age, Emma's presence of mind had been apparent. She noticed details that others overlooked and pieced them together like a master puzzle solver. Her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, marveled at her intelligence and nurtured her curious nature. One day, a mysterious event occurred that shook Willowbrook. The town's beloved antique store, owned by Mr. Harrison, was robbed of its most precious artifact, a rare and exquisite diamond necklace. The townspeople were distraught, and whispers of suspicion floated through the air. As the local authorities investigated the case, Emma observed from the sidelines. She couldn't resist the allure of a mystery waiting to be unraveled. With her notebook in hand and a determined glint in her eyes, Emma set out to solve the puzzle herself. Emma began her investigation by talking to the townspeople. She listened carefully to their accounts, noting inconsistencies and missing pieces. Her presence of mind allowed her to connect dots that nobody else could see. She followed leads, retraced steps, and examined clues with an analytical eye. Her trail led her to a secluded cottage on the outskirts of town. Here lived a reclusive woman named Agnes. Emma's intuition told her that Agnes held the key to the puzzle. As Emma knocked on the door, she was met with a guarded gaze. "Miss Agnes," Emma began politely, "I have heard you know a lot about the history of Willowbrook. I'm curious about the stolen diamond necklace. Could you share anything that might help us solve the case?" Agnes hesitated but eventually invited Emma in. Over a cup of tea, she recounted stories of Willowbrook's past, of treasures hidden and forgotten. Emma's presence of mind caught on to a thread of information that connected Agnes to the necklace in an unexpected way. Emma thanked Agnes for her time and returned to town, piecing together the final elements of the puzzle. She realized that the necklace had been hidden away by Agnes years ago, and its recent theft was an attempt to keep its location secret. Emma understood that Agnes had resorted to extreme measures to protect a piece of history she held dear. Armed with her newfound knowledge, Emma approached Mr. Harrison and presented her findings. The truth unraveled, and Agnes confessed to her involvement in the case. Emma's intelligence and ability to think on her feet had not only solved the mystery but also unearthed a deeper story of preservation and sentiment. As word spread of Emma's remarkable feat, the townspeople celebrated her as a local hero. She had proven that intelligence was not just about solving puzzles, but about understanding the motivations and emotions that drive people's actions. Emma's presence of mind had helped Willowbrook see beyond the surface and appreciate the layers of humanity that made up their community. From that day forward, Emma's reputation as a problem solver grew. She assisted the local authorities on various cases, using her intelligence and presence of mind to bring justice and clarity. Her legacy served as a reminder that sometimes the answers were right in front of us, waiting to be uncovered by a curious mind and an open heart. And so, in the charming town of Willowbrook, the name Emma became synonymous with intellect, empathy, and the unwavering belief that every mystery had a solution, waiting to be discovered by those willing to seek it.